don't Google it. Anyway, that's my advice. So Kane, you said you got some stuff to bring up today.
Yeah, I do. So, well, it depends where we want to go. It depends what we want to talk about. So,
It's a free for all.
yeah, all right. So, 7 weeks today, no cigarettes.
Yeah.
Not a single one.
Well done, mate.
Thank you. Yeah, well, I kept getting chest infections. So I mean, you know, you're addicted when you sit on your porch and you've got a cigarette in one hand and an inhaler in the other. I need
That's all the vape is. That,
Yeah,
Hey, do you know, I had years ago, I had smoking related asthma.
Yeah.
So inhalers and stuff, and that's part of the reason why I packed him.
Yeah. I've been diagnosed with asthma again. I had it as a child, and then I don't know if it was.
Do you really have it as a child or?
We all talked about I used to be a massive hypochondriac as well. But yeah, I've got a. You can't just be inside jokes about what we've already talked about.
Anxiety.
Oh man, honestly, I've still got. I think I still would class myself as a hypochondriac, but it's just not as bad.
But not a smoker anymore.
Probably,
No,
yeah,
not
you're
a
not a smoker, so
Yeah.
So you've,
While Sean's vaping inside of me,
You've
whatever
all-
sweet flavour that is.
listen, it's my house. Fuck off. Actually, should be doing that really. Get told off.
But yeah, so I went for a bit of a health kick, and on the 2nd of January, I went and stayed in a bothy for the first time. Bothy, where were you?
Bothy, yeah.
Yeah, bothy.
It's pronounced brothel.
Yeah.
No, listen, that is a very difficult mistake to make between a bothy and a brothel.
Depends where it is.
Well,
No, it don't.
well, talking in the car, Ollie, I know what you brought home from a brothel, so yeah. But yeah, I went and stayed in a bothy with my Dungeons and Dragons friends because we're fucking nerds, and it was absolutely great. I think it's probably the most physically taxing thing I've ever had to do.
Yeah.
You know, because it's the first time I've hiked properly up a mountain and had a giant backpack, which weighed quite a bit. But yeah, it was absolutely great. So I'm not declaring I'm having a health kick, but I'm going to start looking after myself a bit better.
Yeah.
Because I got
we all need to. We all
Yeah,
need to.
yeah.
I mean, that's why after I come back from Malta in September, and I went to see doctors, and my diabetic results were crap again. And I just thought, sod it, I'm going to start looking after myself. So signed up for gym, been swimming, walking, cooking again, proper fresh food, not having takeaways all the time.
See what I did for my New Year's.
Yeah,
I changed my cigarette brand to the ones that are stronger because they're cheaper.
Fair enough.
It's still 20 a day, but it's like smoking 30. So that's my health kick.
You just got to make sure you get the right packet.
So I
Get the ones that say can cause low birth weight.
Nah.
Don't get the ones that say cancer.
So it's the food where I fuck up, because you two will know, travelling quite a bit to do comedy and that. There isn't salads at 2 a.m. on Manchester Station.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It's McDonald's, it's Burger King, it's Greggs, and that's where I'm fucking up. That and beer.
The thing is, though,
have salad as well. Just asking for salad bit.
Yeah, but it doesn't taste as good if you get the salad with it, does it?
No.
So.
No. Look, salad's really useful as a side dish, but it should really only be served next to food.
I when staying in the body was a bucket list, and I did my first shit in the wild.
Wild shite.
I like to do a wild shite as well.
So you've never been caught short on a
Did
night?
you have-
No, I never.
Behind the wall or a tree or anything.
I've shit myself, but I've shit myself.
This time you took your kecks down.
Yeah, I've been caught short and shit myself numerous times. But
have you seen doctor about that?
No.
I've seen your doctor about many other things. Not the issue that you got. Apparently, keep sharting yourself.
Last time I shit myself was at Brimmen Rocks. So, but anyway, right. I was climbing up one of the rocks and my friend was behind me, And I went to fart in his face and I just shit myself. And the time before that was New Year's Eve. I was dancing with my dog and I shit myself. But anyway, right, this time, I purposely did a shit. So
solid this time.
No, it was so cold it froze before it hit floor.
Shit.
I remember I had to like go. There was no trees in that. There was nothing, so I had to like go over this hill. I dug a little hole, and I did a shit. And I stood up and I was like trying to like clean myself out because it was fucking, it's outside. I've never done it before.
Daylight.
Oh, daylight. No,
I
daylight.
thought if you said you're digging a hole
Did you
in.
have
No.
a toilet roll?
What?
Did you have toilet roll?
Yeah, but you don't bury the toilet roll. You take the toilet roll home. You double bag it. So
What?
because that's littering. You don't.
You're taking a
It's
shit
paper.
in the floor, in a hole in the floor.
Yeah, but the toilet. Anyway, right.
No,
Right.
hang on. If it's moist toilet roll,
Yeah.
I get you. Take that shit with you.
Yeah.
But if it's just dry toilet roll, it's biodegradable, dude.
Well, I've got it with me to show you. Anyway, but you do. Yeah, well, I did anyway. I took it on. I didn't want to litter more than my shit. And anyway, I stood up, and I was like, "Oh, this is fucking horrible. I don't know what to do." And I looked around, and about 100 meters that way was just my mate going, "You all right?" And he pretty much saw me doing the whole deed and didn't decide to look away.
Did he have his phone in his hand at the same time?
I don't know. It was
But
quite
thankfully,
far.
also, he didn't. Can you imagine if he'd have shouted up, "I know what you're doing"?
Oh god! But
That would cause performance anxiety. It'd be fucking crawling back up your ass.
If more and he said, "Do you want hand with that?"
but so we went hiking for miles before we got there, and obviously we stayed in the bothy, woke up, and I was like, I'm gonna hold this, but I need.
Is that why you wanted it frozen?
No, I didn't want to hold it. I'm going to hold it in.
I'm going to hold this. I'm going to use it as a
This is
walking.
No. Right. But in the morning, I couldn't, and I always wanted to shit in the woods, but there was no woods there, and I was a bit, so and it was cold. It was like -3, -4, so it took forever to dig a hole.
Wild thing.
Yeah, but yeah, I pooed outside.
On purpose for a change.
Yeah. No, I've never told you. The last time it was.
The liquid.
Yeah. No.
It looked like fire brigade.
No. The last time it was like kept held by my pants. I've shit myself, but I've never purposely done a poo outside.
Ah.
No, I have.
Well,
So yeah,
that's a landmark.
I know he said it was a free for all.
I think that's an absolutely fantastic introduction to pod.
There we go.
So whilst
And
you're
it's a
doing that,
jumping
though,
off point.
yeah. So you were also playing Dungeons and Dragons in this.
No. I just went with my Dungeons and Dragons friends. So well, those are my friends now, actually. But we started.
The Dungeons and Dragons friends.
Yeah, but they started off. Well, that's how I met them playing Dungeons and Dragons. But now they're very, very good friends of mine, and we go on adventures.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
And watch each other take shits outdoors. I like you, but I don't like you that much.
Oh, Jesus. Well, no, and congratulations on 7 weeks without smoking, mate. I think that's
Thank
brilliant.
you. After 18 years of smoking.
And did you say you've only been drinking when you've been hiking?
Yeah. So obviously I'll have a drink when I'm on stage.
7 miles a day a minute.
Hey, but I haven't gigged all of January. So
Right.
so the only bit of tipple I've had was out of a hip flask when I've been hiking.
So
Yeah.
that's a month you've had of real positive health benefit.
Yeah, I'm trying to behave myself.
You
yeah.
should start. I mean, this is about the time you'll start to really feel it.
Well, I'm still a fatty, so I think I'm
You're
but
not allowed to say that.
Oh,
You'll get
no.
told off on dating apps.
yeah, I know.
Go on, tell them.
This I want
Listen, I know we've got, look, I know that we have to be more mindful about the way we speak these days because, there's a whole new couple of generations who are very triggered by,
Fat people, apparently.
well, by what is language that is not nice, but it's not, it's language that we kind of grew up with. and we just took it because half the time it's true.
I just want to quickly say, I was calling myself fat on the dating app.
Yeah.
I was talking to someone on a dating app, and I was like, just so you know, we meet up, I'm a bit of a fatty. And she complained about me body shaming, unmatched me, and yeah.
What gets me is that she complained that you were fat shaming, and she was offended on behalf of you.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I probably dodged a bullet. You know, if you can be offended that easy. I mean, the thing is, I am fat. Like, what else do you say? Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm not big boned. You know, there's no fat skeletons, is there?
I think there's a.
There is.
Oh yeah,
The funniest conversations today happened before we started recording this, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is going to be piss poor.
Do you know what? Actually, I'll tell you what I think. I think if somebody says, "Oh, you can't use those words," right? I tell you what we'll do. We'll go Shakespearean, shall we?
Thou art a fatty.
No, because Shakespeare wouldn't have said fatty. He would have said, "Thou art a large and rotund beast." So I think next time you're on there, you should say, "I will warn you in advance. My corpulence is a feature of my what's the word I'm looking for?
Gluttony.
My corpulence is a feature of my stature and a result of my gluttony."
You're sort of hoping there that.
And if they turn around at that point,
your age, you're going to understand what that means.
Well, exactly, they're not going to have a clue.
They're not going to be your target market, are they?
And if they say what does that mean? Just tell them. Google it.
You say my age. I prefer to date people older than me. So I'm 32.
Is that to avoid any more court cases?
Have you heard that? And for those for the audio listeners, Kane has had a very badass haircut. Last time he was here, it was very long and straggling. Look at him now.
It's all gone. And
I've got to tell you what, mate. You look good with it.
Thank you.
Suits you.
Well, I think I've got that kind of hair, and that kind of shaped head where it just kind of fits, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's fine to that.
You can see.
Peter
You
Sutcliffe
can
style,
actually
but
see
it's
your
his
face
Rampton
properly.
days.
Yeah.
Which you can actually see your face properly, which you may have believed in the past was a bad thing. It's not. You're not a hideous looking lad.
This is why I'm having to sit in the middle to keep them apart.
Listen,
I also just want to say, sorry, Sean, I also just want to say, there was no court case. I've never been in trouble, but like, because I know obviously we know he's joking, but like someone ever like, fuck, what court case? I've never been arrested or anything. He's full of shit.
Just because you haven't been caught yet.
you know what? Listen, he's doing some big talk for a man who doesn't want something mentioning on today's pod.
Yeah, that's true actually. Like, we've actually got genuine fucking like.
Oh, we're going back to my health issues again now.
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing is, we will abide by your wishes not to bring it up, but you've got to play ball.
Yeah.
So if
Or I just tell everyone myself anyway.
if you,
you can do.
that's it. If listen,
Yeah, no, I'm not falling for that.
if you own it yourself, that's fine. But we've got that hanging over you like a fucking sword of Damocles. So fucking watch
That's what it took to get rid of it.
Pipe
No.
down.
I mean, you've given so many clues. You might as well just say what it was.
No.
No,
If you message in, comment under this video,
We'll
see
say
what
what
it
it
gets
were.
me.
I'm telling you, because he's gonna slip up in next hour. He's gonna drop a fucking bollock, and he's gonna.
He definitely won't drop him on
He's gonna push one of us. He's gonna push one of us too far, and we're gonna snap, and we're gonna blurt it out.
Yeah.
So by the end of this episode, you will know Ollie's health issue that he didn't want to mention on the pod.
The thing
I
is as
guarantee
well.
fucking it.
The thing is as well. Me and Sean are smart. He doesn't have any real dirt on us. He's got nothing. And he pretty much said shit in the car that no fucker would have got out of me. It's like, my God.
No.
Also, I was going to say before, right, Ollie runs his own gigs. I've done 10, 20 of his gigs maybe. never made the cunt laugh.
No.
Sit on a sofa with him, he's fucking laughing like a little schoolgirl. Honestly,
I think he's had some ket before he's come out.
I wish.
So, well, like, yeah. So, look, right. That's enough of the Mutual Adoration Society. Let's talk about some of the shit that's going off. I didn't think things could get worse with fucking the tangerine toss pot, but they can. And now they've got a fucking Gestapo going out and murdering people for literally nothing. Fucking ice twat.
I thought that song was Ice Baby, to be fair. But
Well, now it's ice cunt face. It's alright, we're 17 minutes in, we'll not get demonetized.
no, sorry.
I think the issue is the fact that he has got Alzheimer's and various other...
Late stage.
I mean, we did an interview that he did with New York Magazine last week or this week, and he was trying to explain that his dad had Alzheimer's and couldn't remember what it was called, and was just sat there tapping his head in front of an interview going, trying to get someone to tell him what Alzheimer's is. So, yeah, I think that's probably the reason why it's all going to shit even worse.
He's late stage. I mean, he's got to that point, and I read a thing about it. He's got to that point where he'll be in the middle of a meeting in Oval Office, and he'll just stand up randomly, go to the window, and start admiring the beautiful ballroom
that don't exist.
There.
He's also apparently shits himself quite often.
Oh yeah, he's
someone else talking about.
I mean, of all the people, for the
he's
could have picked one worse, really, could you? That
he's completely incontinent of fecal matter. He's constantly in nappies.
Talking about Trump stuff.
He can't string a sentence together.
I'm not gonna. I do find it absolutely petrifying.
I do.
The whole thing that's going on is very scary.
Because they could at any point exercise.
I think last thing you get from Trump is
25th Amendment and get rid of the dick, and they're just not doing it. And
but even if they get rid of him, you've still got the
you've
same fucking idiots
there. J.D. Vance, and you've still got those. But he's like the figurehead. This is the thing. Stupid bastard Americans and stupid bastard gammons in this country love him. They think he's the dude, right? But a lot, even Republicans, can't stand the dickhead. They also don't really know who others are because they're just nondescript.
I don't know, the ones that are supposedly behind this ice thing, so the guy that's walking around in his SS uniform.
Oh, he's been relieved of his duties.
But they're both from like 5'2" tall, aren't they? It's just like little man syndrome.
Like
dancing around.
It's Napoleon syndrome.
I saw the guy you're referring to in the long trench coat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Had the haircut as well, didn't he?
Yeah, literally, yeah.
Yeah.
He was like the Hitler haircut, well, shit, he's written and everything else, but yeah, I mean, I think last time anyone got away with wearing one of them trench coats like that were probably designed by Hugo Boss in like mid-1940s.
Well, I'll tell you, the last lot of people that got away with wearing them were goths and new romantics back in 80s.
Yeah,
so
and they didn't really get away with it either.
They did. That's what we all used to wear. Just because you were a fucking Trevor.
I weren't even born when new romantic.
What a Trevor?
A Trevor.
What's a Trevor?
A fucking Tony.
Oh, right. Like, like a chav?
Yeah.
A
chav.
A trendy.
All right.
Like, I don't think
they weren't back when I they weren't really chavs when I was a kid.
Right.
It was just like you got Kevs and Trevors, Shazzers and Mandys, that were all white stilettos, dressed at nines to go to some really shit nightclub and listen to wank tunes. And then on the other side, you've got everybody else, like, punks, metalheads, skinheads.
Yeah.
Even kids that just weren't into being a trendy arse.
I actually like my white stilettos, to be fair.
I bet they look good on you. You've got the legs for it these days, haven't you?
Size 12.
Listen, if you want some size 12 white stilettos, I know the shops where we can source them for you.
Let's buy them online, it's cheaper. Like
Yeah,
I've always done.
exactly. Online. We'll get you some. We'll get you a nice dress, and we'll make you wear it for next filming.
That's me and drag again. I've done that before.
I don't know why my mind's gone here, but you said filming. I went to go see the new 28 Years Later the other day.
And
I thought it was really good.
so is everybody else that I've talked to. That
Yeah.
So is that the 28 years later one or the second new one?
The second new one. Yeah, I really liked it. It's not perfect, but hardly any films are, but it's good. But I think if you go into it expecting to see 28 Days Later, you'll be disappointed. You need to go into it knowing it's a new trilogy, even though it is in the same universe and it is the same timescale. You need to see it as its own thing, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's a standalone.
yeah. I mean, that film's fucking petrifying. I mean, Jack O'Connell in it is absolutely amazing.
I'll be honest. I've not even seen 28 Days Later.
Oh, you have to. It's really
I missed
good.
it when it were out. But it's Cillian Murphy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've seen the first two, and then I've seen the 28 years later ones now. It's on Sky or whatever.
Well,
TV
obviously,
or
I'm a Northallerton lad, which is like right in the northeast. It's all filmed around there.
I think you said because I'm used to living around zombies.
Well, I am. It's a market town, honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly, all the old biddies come out. It's fucking So, but no, it's absolutely Go see it if you're a horror fan. It's really, really good. Yeah.
Cool. I have not I've not watched any films.
I think last
this month
film that I watched just after the Wake Up Dead Man and Knives Out film.
Oh
the
yeah,
third one.
yeah.
I'm really disappointed with that.
Really?
Yeah. First was brilliant. Second one, quite good, and then that's just not.
I saw the first one when it came out, but I haven't seen.
there's a new Jay and Silent Bob film in the offing.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
I say that like I haven't seen the other ones.
Oh.
So, but
They're actually going to be able to re-release Dogma as well, aren't they? Again, so
yeah, it's coming out in cinemas this year, and there's a DVD re-release. Dogma's fucking great. It's the thing is, Dogma it's a great cast. It's a great premise. The dialogue and the scripts are amazing. And it's got Alan Rickman playing the Metatron. But he plays him like Frankie Howard. Honestly. The first scene, she sprays him with a fire extinguisher. And he's covered with, "What are you trying to do? Drown me? Now, sit down." And she's got a baseball bat. And he goes, "What are you going to do? Hit me with that fish?" And it turns into a fish. It's very good.
I'm guessing you've not seen Dogma.
No,
you probably won't have because Kevin Smith were stopped from releasing it and making any money off it for years and years and years.
You know why, don't you?
Yeah.
Because it were a Weinstein production.
Yeah. But he puts links to it every now and again to freebies on YouTube. But being re-released this year.
But good film. Good film. And something else that I can't remember. I'll tell you what though. I'm sick and tired of fucking terrestrial TV. I am absolutely.
I can't remember the last thing I actually watched on a.
We are as a society now at the bottom of the barrel.
I don't watch TV. I watch YouTube and Netflix.
Yeah. Well, I mostly watch YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube mainly.
But I do. The only channel I watch, and it's the worst channel because it's run by dickheads, but I watch Channel 5 because I'm addicted to what I like to call cop porn. You've got to be careful how you say that. Cop porn, not cock porn, cop porn. Like police interceptors, traffic cops, 24 hours in police custody, all that kind of stuff. I love it. And I'm always like on side of police because I know police get a bad name and I know that there's some horrible, corrupt, nasty coppers out there, but the majority of policemen and women are decent and sound. And I want to see them win against these horrible little entitled, cocky little shitbag screw dickheads, because they get on when they drag him in, and it's like fucking no comment, brev. And I just want one of coppers to just get up one time, get him a bit fucking scruff at neck and go, say no comment one more time. Cunt.
See, what you need to be watching is repeats of Life on Mars, basically. Using Gene on kicking shit out of people everywhere.
Have you ever been arrested or anything?
I was detained for the purpose of questioning.
What for?
Right, so years and years ago, my cousin, we used to have a snooker table in the house, and my mates had snooker tables in their house, and we used to go down to the snooker hall, and I had my own cue. It was a one-piece cue, and I got it off my uncle, right? And I'm walking along bottom of Bayton one night with a couple of mates. This red car pulls up, so plain clothes. These two gentlemen get out. Where'd you get that cue from? I said, it's mine. And he said, yeah, but where did you get it? I said, I got it off my uncle for Christmas. Well, we don't believe that. We think you've stole it because there's been cues going missing from snooker hall. I'm like, do you think I'm daft enough to nick a cue looking like this? Anyway, he got me in the car, took me to my uncle's, because I were adamant. Took me to my uncle's, our Frank, and knocked on the door. Excuse me, sir, is this your nephew? He says, He says, have you given him this snooker cue? He says, I have, He says, only we believe that it might have been stolen from snooker club. And my uncle just goes, and you were a bus driver, my uncle. And he says, I'm going to tell you something now. I've helped your art over years many times. A lot of time I've helped your lot out. Don't you come into my house and telling me that what I've given him for a Christmas present is stolen. You'll not get any help from me anymore. And they went, no, we'll accept your word, sir, and we'll be on your way. And that was it. They left it. So they drove off, and there's a denouement. They drove off. And our Frank said, right, get this in off home, put the cue away. That were it for night. A couple of days later, my father says, don't take that cue out. I said, why? He goes, it is fucking nicked. He says, Georgie gone nicked a load for club.
Oliver?
Last time, I probably should have been arrested. I was absolutely wasted in town centre, to the point, decided I needed a piss and was stood on front of these flats, which were faced down onto West Street, one of the main parts of town. So like everybody's going past me, so we're doing. And over my shoulder, a riot van parked up. So this female copper comes to me, tapping me, so put that away and come with me. And she asked my name and told me name and address, and then she just looked at me and went, I can't be fucking dealing with you tonight. Get in that taxi and fuck off home. Instead of getting no fine, no guy.
You say you dodged a bullet.
Yeah, because every other time they'd get to deal with me, it became a nightmare when he forgot locked up and drunk and shit like that. No, I once, around Christmas time, got locked up drunk and disorderly because I was wandering around town with traffic cone on my head. I was told to put it back, and I decided to argue that I faced it from home. So yeah, that were paper suit in a hotel for night. So we'll be chucking out in the morning, yeah.
And you deserved it, you knobhead.
Yeah, exactly. So last time, a fair few years ago now, but yeah. So I couldn't be asked with dealing with me without and sent me on the way.
So what about you, Kane?
No, never.
No?
No, never been in trouble.
So you're the cleanest living boy here.
Which is saying something. I know, because I'm not. But yeah, no, never been in trouble by the police.
Yet.
The thing is, at the other end of the spectrum, when I was a funeral director,
I always forget you were.
I did some police funerals,
Yeah.
and they were always really big doos, and you've got motorcycle outriders and all lot, and they were impressive to see. I mean, I remember one they got motorcycle outriders leading cortege, and then up at Grenoside, they got police horses as well in full regalia, full
I
uniform.
think it was on
regalia.
motorbikes, and I thought that'd have been impressive.
Does a turnout like that happen when a copper dies on the job?
Yeah,
Yeah,
generally,
yeah, like
or if they've just retired and stuff. But
yeah,
generally,
yeah.
or if if they were high ranking.
Yeah.
But it's generally when they die while they're in service. And a couple of one of them I did. It was tragic. He got killed in a car chase. And other one were suffering from severe depression and took his own life. That were a difficult one because he'd been estranged from his wife and his kids, and they ended up coming to the funeral, which fucking hell.
So you've seen a lot of dead bodies.
Me,
yeah,
probably 2,000,
really,
if not more. Yeah.
I only worked there 3 months.
I've seen one dead body. What about you, Oliver? Have you seen a dead body?
I've had family members die and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've seen people in accidents as well. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been to a lot of motorbikers' funerals and stuff like that. So you tend to see accidents when people have been out on bikes and shit like that.
Yeah.
They're never nice.
I think when I saw a dead body, it was in hospital, and I remember thinking, oh, we are just biological machines. It made me think like, because I'm an atheist, but I was like a bit agnostic. I didn't really know. And afterwards, I was like, yeah, he just turned off. He just wasn't there anymore.
Exactly, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
But you know what? This is strange. I've never seen a family member in chapel arrest. I can't do that.
No.
Because it's somebody because it's a family member, I can't have my last vision of them being in a coffin. But my mate Paul Ogle passed away the other week. Absolutely gutted. 58-year-old, just got back from holiday. Lovely bloke, one of the nicest kids you could wish to meet. Everybody fucking loved him. And I went to see him. I went to see him in chapel arrest last Thursday. And it's the first time I've seen anybody close to me. But I needed to do it because it had been so sudden. And I'd not had chance to have that final conversation with him. Not had that chance to make sure that he knew how we felt about him. So I went and I know it sounds daft, but I went and had 15 minutes with him and had that conversation with him. And I joked. I said it's the first time I've been able to get a fucking word in, because Paul could rattle as much as me. I mean, we used to go out and we'd come back here for a drink after. Me and Paul had been nattering away. His last Mandy and our last Janine would be chatting away, and Mandy would go, "Come on, Paul, we've got to go," and he'd go, right, and he'd stand up, and he'd go and put his coat on, and then he'd remember something, and he'd go, "Nah then," and he'd sit back down, and we'd end up talking about something else for half an hour. It used to take him an hour and a half to get out of the house, but it was lovely because he had loads to say, and he was funny and interesting, and it were always nice to spend time with him. So yeah, that's the only person I've seen that's close to me. But I've took hundreds of people in to see thousands of bodies over the years, and so you do become, when you're not connected to them, you realise that you're absolutely right. We are a biological machine. We start and we finish.
That's exactly how I feel. Yeah, like I nothing in me believes that there's a heaven or a hell, or there's a big man with a white beard in the clouds, and I certainly don't believe there's a little man with a pitchfork below us.
I quite like the idea that we might all just be living in a computer simulation.
No, that's bullshit.
I do like that idea. I know that's quite good.
So
I blame the Matrix.
So like all these games that you play, when characters get regenerated after a certain amount of time, everyone's just going round and round.
I went down the rabbit hole on the simulation theory, right? And do you know what, Sean? I was like, I don't know. It's honestly,
It's even worth reading.
honestly,
All right.
after you're like, oh fuck this, I can't.
All right.
Yeah, when you're reading it, you're going, oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's always some
Yeah.
well thought scientists.
Yeah, it's like,
What?
what is
Hang
this?
on,
Yeah.
then. Hang on. I'm going to pause this. I'm going to posit this question to you, right? If we're all living in a simulation, we must have some level of control over the simulation, right? We must have some level of choice of our part in this simulation, whether it's conscious or not, right? So I'm going to ask you this question: if you got to choose what you look like in the simulation, would any of us fucking pick
No,
this?
that's part of it being a simulation. That's part of it's being a simulation. It just creates it for you.
Yeah,
And you just keep sending it to people
then,
round
if
and
this-
round and round and
well,
round.
then,
Yeah.
If it is a simulation, I'd like to meet the bastard that made it, because he fucking fucked us over, didn't he?
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
look,
I think the
literally,
getting rich when he was
the-
making you.
Yeah, the rabbit hole that we go down when you start looking at this is there are actually scientists trying to break us out of this simulation we're apparently living in. So if you want to pick a fight with anybody, let scientists figure it out for us all, and then we can all pick a fight with the bastards.
Yeah. But no, I think if someone said, what do you really think? I'm like, no, we just...
Nah, there's just no.
Yeah, there's nothing. We live, we die. Like when what happens after death? It's like, it's the same as before you were born. That's what I think.
Yeah.
You don't remember that. You just didn't exist. You weren't a thing. But I think people struggle to get the concept of nothingness around.
But it's the energy.
The head.
That's the one thing that I
Yeah. Where does
hold
the
on
energy
to,
go?
because it's the first thing you learn in physics. You can't destroy energy.
Yeah, energy always has to
It
go
has
somewhere.
to go somewhere. What's that saying? Get out, disc is full. Get tea, folk. Oh well, looks like we're going to have to rely on video because audio's bollocksed up.
Fair enough.
So anyway, but how long have we been going? By the way?
God knows.
I don't know. Well, that said, we've been going about half an hour.
Right.
So
Well,
if we go back another half an hour, we'll be right. So anyway, what were we on about?
Energy, matter.
Energy, yeah.
Basically, we're all saying.
It takes a fuck of a lot of energy to put us together, right? You think how much energy it takes from sperm to be ejaculated, and then to make the fucking journey up the uterine canal, get into the fucking womb, to get to the fucking ovary, to fertilise the ovary. That's a lot of fucking energy, right? And that goes in to make us.
most of mine goes into yesterday's t-shirt.
Yeah, pair of socks.
Yeah.
And that energy grows with us.
It's a waste of energy.
But the thing is, all we are is matter where the energy is slowed. The frequency is slowed down so much that we appear solid, even though what we are is just atoms floating about in space.
Yeah, I'm not going to
It's a better explanation to put on your dating bio thing. I'm not fat, it's just a lot of matter slowed down.
I'm not going to even start to pretend I'm smart enough to have this conversation because I'm not. But I do think about it, and I try and do my own research, and you could. You're right. What's going on? Oh, you're just setting that up.
It's crapped up, so
Fair enough.
we'll rely on this cool
So
video.
that being said, so you've obviously been down that same rabbit hole as people. Similarly, what other conspiracies have you got dragged into? Or you got
Right. So there is one conspiracy theory which I am fully behind, and I do believe, I really do. And my D&D mates, my Dungeons and Dragons friends, fucking rip the fucking life out of me for believing this, but I just do. I'm gonna sound fucking crazy, but I do believe there is some big cats loose in the UK.
There are.
Thank you. You're the first person I've ever met that.
There are.
I fully believe it.
There are. It's not to believe. Or there are large cats loose in this country. And what's
they're like fucking lions and stuff. These like
No.
lynx and
It's like a lynx and
But they
puma
are.
and yeah.
The thing is, they are what they are. They're not. Everyone goes, oh, they must have gone out at the zoo. No, zoos aren't that shit. Zoos will look after them. This is when there were a big trend in 60s and 70s, when it was still allowable, when they could still get away with it, where rich fuckheads bought themselves a tiger cub or a puma cub or a lynx and stuff like that. And then when they got bored of them, or rather when the missus got bored of them because they were just for them, they'd fuck them off and leave them and just abandon them.
Yeah.
And that's why there are fucking wild, feral, large cats roaming around this country. Shitloads of them.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware that we're actually conspiracy theory. I just thought, well, yeah, that's a thing.
Oh, really? No, it's a conspiracy theory.
And bear in mind, there's still Scots wildcats anyway.
Yeah, and so I'm really big on Rewild Britain. I think we should reintroduce the wolf and the lynx again.
Yeah,
and the
sound like 70s fucking aftershaves. Wolf and lynx.
But
we'll reintroduce the wolf, the lynx, and the high karate.
Yeah, but
King Brute 66.
But I don't think there's fucking lions and tigers running about.
No,
but I do honestly think there's maybe a handful of panthers.
Just to remind me, it was early 90s when people were Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and whatnot, and people were supposedly chucking turtles and terrapins and stuff into sewers and whatnot. But then you suddenly see in local public parks when they've got a fish pond and whatnot, fucking terrapins and whatnot eating everything.
Do you guys know Osmotherly near Northallerton?
I don't know.
So it's got moors and it's got a reservoir called Codbeck, right?
All right.
And I went to school with a lass and she had a pet terrapin. She'd take it everywhere. She took it to Codbeck. So they'd have a little swim. It just fucked off.
Of course she's going to do.
Yeah, she never saw
it.
She's put this little terrapin that's been in a little tank, and she's put him in the biggest fucking body of water it's ever seen.
Of course you're going to fuck off.
Yeah,
you're going to go.
Just went.
Fuck me, space.
Surprised by this as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I have never seen this much water. I have never had this much space. You've kept me cooped up in a fucking tank. You can get fucked. I'm going that way.
What about you two? Conspiracy theories you believe in? Obviously, we all believe there's big cats in the UK.
I didn't know a conspiracy theory anyway.
Do you know what?
People think I'm mental because of it. But,
do you know what? I don't believe in any.
Apart from the big cats thing.
9/11's an inside job.
That's not a conspiracy theory. That's just facts.
Yeah.
9/11. Look, 9/11. There's too many holes in the whole thing.
I thought you were saying building. There two fucking big ones for a start.
But they've been showing simulations of planes crashing into buildings the size of the two towers. They don't knock that building down. That building does not collapse.
So going back to what we were talking about earlier, I were actually in a police station when that happened.
Were you actually?
Yeah. I used to go and do police lineups because paid to go and stand in police lineups. So we're in waiting room, whatever, telly on in corner, and we cut from whatever it were to show you first plane gone and whatever. And literally we're also in this room waiting to go and stand in this line with whichever this criminal or whatever had done that looks similar to all of us. And the plane just flew into the building like, oh, we're not getting any lineup done today, are we? We just pay you by hour and they kept in the next 6 hours, so you just watching telly there.
I were in our house. I used to finish work early on a Friday, and I think I were off for some reason. I think we'd got somebody coming round. I can't remember. It was quite some kind of meeting that we got to have. So I'm sat in waiting, and it were on news, and then the person that were coming and visiting arrived, and I said, "Oh, coming in." I said, "You won't believe what's on news." And the minute she sat down, second plane went.
Yeah, it's whatever program was. So they switched to news because the first one went, and it literally just after it switched over, you're like, look,
there's things saying that the people that were trained, the people that flew the planes, were trained in America.
Well, that does not mean they got any good training, does it?
Within 100 miles of Washington.
Conspiracy theories.
The planes took off from Dulles Airport in
Well, it's not. It's the one, the Pentagon one. That they really reckon the plane didn't actually even land there. They just blew it up because they lost billions of pounds or something. But yeah, it's
look like where was the plane wreckage? It's a perfectly round hole going into Pentagon. Where's the wings? The fuselage? Where's the tail fin?
I would have just turned 8 when 9/11 happened. I was, and I remember it being a big thing, but I didn't quite understand really what was happening. And then I can't remember if it was the next day at school or if it was like the next school day.
Yeah.
We all sat in like assembly.
Like a really good excuse to get dragged into some wars that we shouldn't have been involved in and stuff like that. So yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Look, we can talk long and hard about how the whole thing was a major fucking land grab to extract oil from Afghanistan and Iraq and pretty much everywhere. It's always been about oil.
See, again, I'm not.
200 years it's been about oil.
With this topic, again, I haven't watched enough documentaries and that.
It was with the latest conspiracy.
I'll tell you what.
It's Venezuela, apparently they've not gone in there for oil. Apparently there's alien super weapons in mountains of Venezuela. It's the latest one I'm reading online.
Yeah, hiding under oil.
Yeah.
No, the thing, if you want to watch something, rather than watching a documentary, Rob Newman did a comedy show. So it's going back some years and all. And it's called Oil. And you can still see it on YouTube. That's worth a watch. Because he explains how all the wars that have happened since middle 1800s have been about oil. The first shot fired in World War I was not the shot that killed Franz Ferdinand. It was a shot by a British soldier killing a German soldier in Afghanistan because Germany wanted to be the first to get a rail link and a pipeline to Afghanistan to the oil. And Britain, bearing in mind these cunts were cousins, by the way, they wanted to get there first. The First World War is nothing more than a familial willy-pulling contest over oil.
See, this goes back to that, it's a simulation thing, it's just same shit over and over and over again.
No, it just proves that humanity doesn't really alter.
Yeah, again, I was going to say, I think it just proves that humans are fucking horrible. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, the next conspiracy, the reason aliens aren't visitors is because they can fucking see what we're like.
well,
fuck that.
Yeah. If in order to have travelled across space and time to get to this planet from some other dimension or some other galaxy, that's got to take a level of intelligence that's way beyond us. Now, imagine that you've done that journey, 250,000 light years in your state-of-the-art spacecraft, and it's taking you 25 minutes, because that's how fast you can go.
And this is footage to pick up on screen.
This lot is what they see.
Yeah.
They see a world that's just been butchered by its most sentient inhabitants.
See, I always go back to, because being atheist, I do think a lot of religions fucking horrible as well. And I think a lot of wars have been caused over my imaginary friend is real and yours isn't.
Yeah.
And I think that
yeah. But again, yeah, you're absolutely right.
And explaining that to an alien, they were like, "Oh well, if this alien comes down, what are you doing? Oh well, we believe this is invisible man in the sky, and if we don't do this, we're going to be burned forever. But if we do this, and we've got the right amount of money, and we can do all this, then we can."
I also think it's part of the reason if aliens had ever made contact with any government anywhere on this planet, they wouldn't tell us about it, because can you imagine the absolute chaos that would cause to all religions?
Yeah,
because it would just wipe all religion out completely. Yeah. Aliens are here, and they go, oh fuck, what we really did
religion, forever. It's well known I'm an atheist. It's my nan's fault. She made me read Bible. I started asking questions. She couldn't answer them. I went, this is bollocks. There you go. End of fucking chat.
I'm very envious of her.
However,
sorry, Sean, go on.
However, my view on religion is this: organised religion, we don't need it. Faith, if you've got faith, you don't need a man in a fucking dress telling you what to do. If you've got faith, you've got certainty, and the only reason you need a church is for a community of like-minded people. Because everybody wants friends, everybody wants to feel part of something. Religious people, they're the ones who will loudly be going around saying, "Oh well, I paid for the flowers this Sunday, and
But
I raised this much." And
that goes back to the cunts we were talking about in the car. You see them fuckers who go around, they'll give rough sleepers money, and then
film it.
They'll film themselves fucking doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think most religious do-gooders deep down have the most fucking skeletons in the closet.
Yeah,
That's why they're doing it. It's the same as the fucking the
don't
white
have
knight
faith.
thing.
But yeah, it's all the same kind of people when they said to you, oh, so you're an atheist. What's stopping you going raping and killing people? Because I don't need the fear, internal damnation to not do stupid shit like that. It's fucking wrong.
Yeah, if you're not killing people and raping people because you're scared you'll get punished because of it.
Yeah, which is what you were saying. So what stops you doing it? What do you mean what stops you doing it? I'm a fucking normal, like sensible human being. I don't need.
I'm gone.
Normal.
Compared to.
Well, apparently in the car there's a specific part of you which isn't that normal.
Yeah.
What is again? I got
Right.
treatment for it. I said that.
All right. Okay.
Relatively normal, because you're not fucking normal, right? None
Yeah,
of
in,
us are.
in comparison too. But the point being that the people that they're only trying to do good because they've either done something they're so unbelievably ashamed of or scared of, they're trying to compensate for, or they're not doing bad things because they're scared to death.
Yeah, we don't rape and murder people because we know that that's a horrible, abhorrent thing to do, and it would never cross our minds to do
And I couldn't get away with it either.
because we're nice.
So again, speaking of that, I think you two both know I'm like a big true crime nerd. Yeah, really into my true crime. Have you seen the news about that fella that was grave robbing in America, and they've gone in his house?
And he's taking little girls and turning them into dolls.
No, that's a different case. That's we'll go back to that. That is another case. Yeah.
It's just like repeatedly. It's just Ed Gein.
Right. Yeah. This new Ed Gein fella. I think he was only 34. They've gone in his house and they found the remains of over 100 bodies in his house.
So it's just been digging them up. No, not actually killing.
Yeah.
What's he been doing with him?
I have no idea because it's like breaking news now.
But then there is that other one, isn't there, where some dirty bastard's been digging up little girls.
He lived with his mum and dad, didn't he? That fella. And he had like these. There were like these life-size dolls in his house, and they didn't. His mum and dad were like, that's fucking odd.
I've seen this in a stupid like TV show or something like that.
It might be based on that, or it might just be coincidence. But yeah, I don't know if that guy was American or if he was Russian. I'm not sure. He might be American.
Not sure.
But he had.
Basically reading the obituaries.
Yeah, he like I don't know if he mummified them or he put wax on them or something. But
he'd find out when a little girl had died. Wait until after they'd been buried, go and dig them up, and then turn them into a doll, and have them round his house.
Jesus.
Just
I'm a fan of true crime. Yeah, not that fucking true. Yeah, fucking hellfire.
It's cheaper than buying a real doll offline. I mean,
it depends how many fucking shovels you have to keep buying, doesn't it?
Shovel don't cost $3,000.
Depends how many you're fucking using.
And that's going back years, $3,000.
But you said you wouldn't get away with it if you were a serial killer or like murderer. I don't think anyone would now because of technology. I think that's why the technology is too
apart
good.
from in America, because there's apparently like 200 active serial killers at any one time in America. Cause
Well,
they're all just fucked up, aren't they?
There's 280 million people in America.
Is that many there is?
Yeah, proportionally.
Yeah.
Proportionally, there's probably no more serial killers by population than there are in any other country.
But I think people.
We've still got a lot of unsolved serial killer crimes from past. But I don't think anyone would get away with it now. Really.
No,
So,
technology's moved on too much.
So like you just said like unsolved ones. Are you guys like do you know lots of what the Jack the Ripper case or not?
I've heard. I kind of every time I hear something about it, I kind of dip in. But apparently they know what it were now, don't they?
Yeah, I think Aaron Kosminski, who was a Polish barber.
Yeah.
So I went on the tour around Whitechapel a couple of years ago. They like took you to all like the locations and stuff. I've done my own little bits of research. I always thought it was Aaron Kosminski, but now they found like a shawl from I think it was Catherine Eddowes, and it's got his DNA on it. But the thing is, well, no, it's got not his DNA, but not like an ancestor of him or something. But the thing is, that shawl's been passed around for 100 and whatever years. Do you know what I
You
mean?
can't- it's not
It's
authentic.
circumstantial. I still think it's Aaron Kuzminski, but
The problem with that as well is they change their minds and they have a different TV show, a different podcast. Say,
Yeah.
it's this person, it's this person. Because people make far too much money out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a mystery.
well, you have like ripperologists now, don't you?
Probably about 10 years ago, I watched a series on it, like one of them was like 10-episode series, and it's like
What, like a drama or a documentary?
no, a documentary thing about Jack the Ripper, but literally. It was 10 hours worth that could have been condensed into about an hour and a half. And you
Yeah.
just go, fuck off.
Yeah, don't you find? Don't you know when you're watching these documentaries, they go over the same shit about 10 times. They keep going back and repeating stuff that they've just said.
Yeah, especially if it's one that's got adverts
And
in
it's
it. 'Cause
just so they
fucking-
can fill it up with content. It's just so they can fill the time.
I think one of the worst ones was Britain's Greatest Killers or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
It's like, it's 10 minutes worth of programme for an hour. It's like, fuck
Yeah,
off.
because what it is, you get 10 minutes into the programme, then you have 5 minutes of adverts. Then you come back and they say, before the break, they were looking at this. It's same with my police porn, cop porn.
Police porn, I'm pretty sure is a different thing.
That's a
Feel free to search that up at home and see what happens.
That's a different thing, where they will do the same. They'll go back to what you were just showing before break. I don't like that, but I'll allow it. I'll allow it because I like watching it. But when I'm trying to watch a serious documentary, and they keep just repeating themselves, you just get fed up.
It's one of the reasons I don't watch like normal telly anymore. It's just if I want to watch it, it's just
Yeah.
like box sets or.
I've also found like watching YouTube and like Instagram reels and stuff, my attention span's gone down. If I click on a YouTube video and it's got like a 30-second advert, I'll click off.
Oh yeah, the adverts on
Yeah.
YouTube videos
TikTok.
or everything like that. Any company that's advertising in the middle of something I want to watch, from that point onwards, I will never,
it's on-
ever buy one of their products ever
It's
again.
on
They can
Facebook
go
and all
fuck
that.
themselves.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourselves if you put an advert in the middle of something I'm trying to watch.
Anywhere where there's a reel, there'll be an advert halfway through, and that pisses me right off.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Everything is marketing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it's consumerism gone mad. Like I'm like borderline minimalist. You know, like that's why I've got like
Definitely borderline.
I've got 21 of the same t-shirts. I do.
That's not borderline.
No,
Anything.
No, right. So I've got 21 of this exact same black t-shirt.
Chisholm.
Right. I've got 7 of the exact same pair of jeans.
Chisholm.
I've got 7 of these tracky bottoms.
Chisholm.
And I've got 3 of these pairs of shoes. And then my hoodies and that are different, but they're all plain black with no.
Chisholm.
Oh yeah, mate, I'm riddled. But like,
Apparently I'm as well.
At least you're.
I know you are riddled. Just say what. I really want you to say what it is. God.
No thanks.
Can I just
I tell you what,
although it's not.
I tell you what, I noticed he's fucking behaved himself.
I know. Yeah, I know. But again, you say like tism. 95,
We all are.
I'm going to say 95% of people are on that spectrum, and it's not as simple as like you're autistic. You know, obviously like a real doctor and that can diagnose, but we've all got traits.
Yeah.
You know, I've got
Traits or trains. Autists have normally got train sets as well, yeah.
I've got massive autistic traits. I remember my therapist saying to me, "I've ever been, assessed for autism." Yeah.
Yep, me too.
Mm-hmm.
My therapist asked me the same.
Yeah.
And I went to seek doctor.
It's the only one that's not actually in therapy, and one that probably needs it most.
Oddly enough, I went to seek doctor, and I said a load of people have said that I ought to be tested for whether I've got some kind of spectrum disorder or some kind of neurodiversity. And he said, well, look, if you're absolutely determined, we'll do it. He said, but what's it gonna help? How's it gonna help you getting a diagnosis?
Yeah, so I agree. I think people think if you get a label, all of a sudden everything's gonna. It's like no, you're still Sean. you just have this label with you. I think the only way it would go...
For some people, for some folks, it's life-changing for them.
Well, of course it is, because it puts an understanding to certain behaviours, and it helps you move
figure
forward.
that out yourself at some point, don't you? I don't know why we're doing that.
And the thing is, I don't think any of my traits are dangerous or...
Not the autistic ones, no.
I don't know. I don't
can't
think,
get away with it.
I don't think any of my sort of neurospicy stuff affects other people. It's all aimed at me. I'm not. It's not going to affect anyone else's life. It's not going to hurt anyone.
Yeah.
And
mine definitely affects our
that
lass's
being the
life.
case-
It drives her
I
daft.
can fucking imagine.
But that being the case, I don't want to know. I'm not interested. And I'm 57 nearly. I've got at best, given my dad's genetics, I've got at best 30 years left. At best, probably 20 if I'm being honest.
Is it no one on my mum's side has lived past their early 70s? So
Did you not say earlier that you'd be one of the reasons you're on your new health kick was because you've been told you might not make 40?
yes. So I
Yeah, so you reckon he's got another 30 years ago, you've got around another 30 minutes.
I'm 32. So I went to the doctors. I kept getting chest infections, and the doctor said I'm basically doing everything I can to not see 40. So I amped it all up. So fingers crossed I won't be here soon. So I need to behave myself. Because
that's the thing, though.
I've battered my body. I've absolutely battered it.
That's the thing. What they do say is that if you change your lifestyle before you hit 40, you can basically reset.
I'm fucked then, aren't I?
But if you leave it until after you're 40, it's more difficult for a start, and ultimately, you're not going to prolong your life by that much.
The thing is, I'm not scared of death. That's not what scares me is giving myself like a long-term
suffering
illness. Something that you're not going to enjoy the rest of your life. But
So like if I end up like on like an oxygen mask from the smoking and stuff, that's what we're. It's the dying process, not the death.
Yeah,
that scares
me. Exactly. The death itself is just.
Death doesn't scare me.
You know, it's like it's like going to sleep. It's like going into a very deep sleep that you're never going to wake up from.
Well, you don't know. It might not be like that, but
well, it is because all electrical activity stops.
Yeah, but other things might happen. You don't know.
You might get felt up by whoever's working morgue.
Oh no! Now listen.
Oh, you've touched a nerve.
You have a bit. No, the thing is, you have a bit, and it's because right. Undertakers and funeral directors get this fucking horrible, grim reputation of being like ghoulish and all that. So, what do you mean? He must be a bit dodgy, but he's touching corpses. None of that shit. It's
normally
happens.
Comedians from Yorkshire. That, to be fair.
The thing is, none of that shit happens. You know, people that work in funeral industry are. They actually care so much about the families that they're looking after, but also the deceased that they're looking after. It would never cross your mind.
No, I would say 99% of everyone in any profession, but there is a 1% in everything.
I'm not saying it's never happened.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's never happened.
Yeah.
In every walk of life, there's going to be some fucking dickhead, cunt, arsehole bastard that will do it. But routinely, that's never going to be a thing because people care. People actually caring that do that job. You know, if you're involved in funeral business, you have got to be you've got to show empathy. You've got to have empathy.
So, have you decided if you want to be buried or cremated?
Cremated.
Yeah.
100%.
You could put me on a fucking bonfire. Just get rid of me. I don't care.
My thing with that is,
but I don't want to be left in the ground.
See, I think I want to get buried. Well, I think actually going to get turned into a tree thing, whatever. I think that's a better option.
Well, you're good at growing things, aren't you?
Food,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, he's good at things growing on him and all.
Yeah, apparently so. Medications available for all illnesses like this, viewers.
Very, very much.
Get them Dettol wipes on this fucking microphone when you leave, Sean.
I did. Listen, I did that job for 5 years, and the actual job itself, looking after families and everything, I loved it. But unfortunately, it's also a very hard job in terms of your emotional state, and if you're not strong enough, it can get you, and that's what happened with me. I weren't strong enough.
So I looked at doing it as well at one point. There was a job going in Northallerton once for a funeral director. The emotional state of dealing with the families put me off, but also I think the emotional state of actually because without it being too horrible, I imagine not all the dead bodies come in and it just looks like someone's sleeping.
No,
people have accidents, and I think that would.
No,
as much as I enjoy true crime and I love horror, I think I think it would bother me.
No, that can be.
I think it would get to me.
After a while, you don't become hardened to it, but you kind of you develop a mindset of, look, things like this are going to happen. We're going to see them.
Yeah.
And it's how you take that away and handle it, and yeah, sometimes the worst of all, and it don't matter how long you've been doing it, and if any funeral director says it don't bother them, they're a liar, is when you've got to bring a kid into care, when you've got to go to an hospice or a hospital and bring a little kid into care, because that's the most heartbreaking thing in the world, and it don't matter. I mean, I went to pick up a young fella from hospice down near Nottingham, and he'd been. Oh no, sorry, took him to hospice from hospital, and his mum and dad were there, and they dressed him in his Liverpool kicks. We're a Liverpool fan, and he were only 13. Bless him, and he just, and that was so heartbreaking. And I sat with family for an hour after we, and they poured their hearts out, and I listened to them, and I'm not ashamed to say I shed a tear with him, because that's the worst. I'll tell you what's the best. You go to a nursing home or somebody's house to pick up somebody who's 97 years old, who's lived on their own or lived in their house right up until end, who's got kids, grandkids, great grandkids, has had a brilliant life, has been surrounded by everybody that cares about her or him, and they've passed away in their sleep. You know what? Take them all day, because they've had a life.
I think even the second one you were talking about, about picking up an elderly person that I said, I think even that would get to me. I don't think I'm emotionally strong enough.
I'll tell you what, it's the fact. When you're picking up somebody like that, it's the families that upset you.
That's what, yeah.
Because you see how much pain they're in.
Also, without being too I've seen one dead body. It was someone very close to me, so I wasn't scared of the body. But I think it would scare me working in a funeral home. Like, dead bodies are scary. Like, there's something we're supposed to stay away from them.
Nah. And this is going back to being a kid and being scared. I mean, not wanting to not wanting to go in graveyards and stuff like that.
My mate worked for co-op funeral care, and they used to have flats and apartments above funeral places. So my mate lived all over the place in funeral care places, for flats.
Who do you work for?
He worked for co-op.
Well, I used to work for co-op. John Ferris.
So you started off on Bottom of Granville Road.
Suffolk Road.
But you lived all over the place, and then you go around to your flat and everything else, and then in and out, quick call-outs and everything else, and it's part of the job. And it's not something.
The thing is,
don't only jump up and grab your arm and stuff like that. That's not happening.
But I've heard the can twitch and they do make noises sometimes.
No,
but air escaping.
Yeah, air escaping.
I'll just sit up and grab you.
No. But I think, say if that and one of them, I think I would die myself.
You'd shit yourself again. Yeah, you'd shit yourself again.
That would. Yeah.
It makes you jump.
But so it's happened to you.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have gone straight out. I was scared fuck out me.
But the thing is, my nana always used to say this. She said,
I'd have punched body.
You know, if you go into a graveyard, go into a cemetery, and say, I'm scared. There's not to be scared of. Nobody in here will hurt you. Living, you've got to be scared of.
Yeah, I agree. Cemeteries.
Some weirdos hang about in cemetery.
I
get drunk in cemeteries.
I always go to. I love a cemetery. I go to cemeteries all the time. Whenever I do like comedy, if I'm in a new city, I'll go visit the cemetery.
Yeah.
But I mean, the actual seeing the body that would scare me.
Yeah, there are things that aren't pleasant.
Yeah,
there's people that have not been found for a long time and they're in various states of decomposition. That's not nice.
Have you had to deal with all that shit?
Yeah.
What have you had to like make up the body and stuff like?
You can't. It's closed. There'll be a closed coffin. You can't view this because basically it's
like mush,
liquid.
And look, this is not a phrase. This is not a phrase that is used very often, but it's one that I use in my set because it's very apt. Sometimes you're dealing with nothing more than a bag of soup with some hair and some bones in.
Fucking hell.
It's horrific, but you've got to treat. That's still a person. It's still somebody's loved one, even if they've got no family.
Yeah.
That's still somebody that somebody cares about. So you've still got to treat them with dignity and look after them as best you can. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah. It's hard because you can't. You've got to be ever so careful. There can be leakage. There can be all sorts, and you've got to be careful for your own health because it's
So like I said, I'm really into true crime and like on the circuit as well. Like I'm known as like the fucking scary, spooky, dark comic, whatever. And I love all that shit. But when it comes to the nitty gritty, fuck that. Honestly, that sounds fucking horrible.
Scared of your own shadow. You're like, fuck that, man. I'm not doing that.
The one that actually upset me was we got. I had to go and dress a guy who had committed suicide, who'd hung himself, and body came straight from coroners, and they'd not took rope from around his neck, and I had to cut it off his neck, and that upset me because it was like fucking hell. They should have got rid of that.
How old was the fella?
Mid-40s.
Yeah, young.
Yeah, no age.
Yeah.
And that upset me. But what you get into it and you get on with it. You learn the things you've got to do.
Did you embalm people? Like
I weren't an embalmer.
No.
But I've seen embalming, and embalming is amazing.
So I've seen documentaries, all the proper bright colours in it, all the liquid stuff. It's like bright pink, bright. Yeah, so embalming fluid, it's and it's highly toxic. You've got to be really careful around it. But it's incredibly toxic. Just to breathe it in, you can end up very ill. Really?
Yeah. So you're fully masked up and what have you if you're doing that. But I've seen an embalming, and I've seen an embalming when the person's had a post-mortem. So it's an open chest embalming.
No,
it's fascinating.
Surely they're sewing back up after a.
Well, yeah.
Well, like they're not just sat there like all the fluids like pumping out of him. Like we've got to sew him up.
No, but what happens is when there's a post-mortem, the actual organs are removed. So all that you're embalming, all that you're doing is you are replacing the blood that's in the flesh with embalming fluid, and it's a preservative. And honestly, and sometimes they've not. Sometimes they get embalmed when they've not had their organs removed, and so it fills the organs up as well. The thing is, embalming keeps the body viewable for longer, but also it does improve the cosmetic appearance of a body.
Yeah.
Because it plumps you up a bit.
Is that the reason why it's colourful, like the pink and the red start to give the?
No.
All right.
It's just the colours of the art. But what it does is it's the fluid replaces the liquid that's gone. So the blood goes, all pools. So you you withdraw any blood that's in system, and you replace it with fluid.
Does the embalming process fuck with the decomposition process?
Slows it down.
Right.
Doesn't stop it,
Yeah.
but it slows it.
But then if it's so toxic, don't all them chemicals then go into the ground?
No, you've got because any waste product has to be disposed of. It goes into a
No. I meant the body, because obviously the body is full of the chemicals. If you bury the body,
no, because it stays in there.
no, because the body decomposes.
But by the time it's decomposed, the toxicity of the
All right.
embalming
Okay.
fluid
Yeah.
is at least got a half.
What about if someone's embalmed? Can you cremate them?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
The only thing that you've got to be careful of with cremations is if people have got a pacemaker
Yeah.
or any other kind of device, because they will explode.
Yeah.
And people think it just goes pop. No, what a pacemaker exploding in a cremator does is destroy the entire cremator. It creates an explosion that means the entire chamber is blown to fucking pieces and has to be redone. So yeah, that's why you check.
I love the fact that someone had to find that out at some point. Yeah. What happens if we do this? Oh fucking hell!
Jesus.
But yeah, like I said, there's loads of myths about funeral directors. There's loads of myths about people say, "Oh, I know what happens after you die. I know about funerals." They don't. It's all wives' tales and bullshit.
But not a job that you could do, apparently, as a kid.
Well, apparently not a job that I could do for very long. Because
Like I said, I'm into the dark and spooky, and I love all that fucking shit. I love the cemetery. I love horror films and But like I said, I think the reality of it, being around dead bodies all the time, and being around grieving family members, too much.
It's
way
hard.
too much.
Not going to lie to you, mate.
Yeah,
It's not easy.
It's not something I'd want to do either. I don't think.
no.
It's fulfilling. That's the thing. Is that as rough as things can get, and as upsetting and as grim as things can get, the payoff is when you get to the end of a service and you drop family off back where they're having wake, and family will say to you, "Thank you, Shaun, we couldn't have done it without you," and give you a hug, and that is the payoff. That's why you do it. That's why you keep going out.
Do you film it and put it on Instagram?
I've seen films being filmed.
Yes.
And broadcast.
Yes. Well, we had to broadcast my mum's on Facebook Live because it was in lockdown.
Yeah, COVID.
Right.
The only four of us could go.
Right.
But no, people do film them and they live stream them because they've got relatives in Canada and Australia and what have you. Yeah. So and I get that.
Yeah.
But no, you don't. You won't get your mobile out and start filming.
No.
That would be very.
To be fair, I wonder how many more years that's going to take before people start doing that.
It was more me. It was a dig at the people who do good things and
because
film it.
Don't because I tell you what.
There's at some point that people are going to start doing that.
That's Ollie. That's what's called a callback.
First time I've seen Kane do one, to be fair. So
Here we go. First time he's paid attention to me talking, not fucking rambling at the back of the room. What time is it?
What's that all about?
What? Him? No, he just fucking whitters, doesn't he?
Yeah. I think we're going to need to wind it up because we've done an hour and 10 or something.
Yeah.
But that's been good. That's been right, laugh.
that's covered some certainly different topics from one extreme to other.
Well, the thing is, this is what it's going to be like, and we are going to ask you to follow us on stuff. So we will eventually set up some kind of Patreon because new microphones don't come cheap, and we are going to be looking at getting into a studio at some point soon. So that's going to cost. But ultimately, what we want is for you to just comment. You know, let us know what you think. Let us know what's our stuff that we talk about, how it's affected you, what you might have experienced of it. And if you want to take the piss out of stuff, fucking great. Be as funny as you want. You know, it's the idea of this podcast is that, all right, we'll tackle some subjects, but ultimately it's for us to have a laugh. because we like hanging out together and chatting shit, and it's nice to include you all lot as well. So this will be January's 3 Men and a Bit of Gravy, and then there'll be another one at end of February. We might even get merch at some point. You know, get some gravy stained underpants or something like that. Although Ollie don't need to get them; he's already got.
It's not me that's been admitting to shitting myself on multiple occasions. Thank you very much. I've just got contagious diseases.
Yeah. He's behaved, and I desperately want to tell him.
No, I think it's too mean. I think if
Let's put it this way. Like Kane said earlier.
If we get 100 likes and shares on video, then I'll tell everyone.
That sounds good.
That's fun.
100 likes and shares, and Ollie will reveal.
No, I'll tell you. I'm not revealing anything.
No, but you'll tell him. And if he don't, I will. So it's going to come out. Listen, I'll say what Kane said earlier. You could have strapped me down, waterboarded me, put a cage of rats around my head like in 1984, and you would not have got that information out of me in a million years. So it's pretty grim.
It could be worse.
It could be a lot worse, but it's still pretty grim. I want to tell anybody. It's funny, that one. I don't know if I've ever told you the story. He used to be in this band, and we got this keyboard player, Canadian Italian, Piero Tucci, brilliant keyboard player, brilliant sax player, top lad, really nice kid, but funny. First tour we went on to Austria after he joined band, and we're all sat around in one of the rooms at night after we'd done gig, and we was all just sitting about having a drink. And he goes, "Hey, Shaun!" I said, "What?" He goes, "You like camping?" I said, "Ah." He goes, "Here's a hypothetical for you. Let's say you go camping with a buddy of yours, yeah?" And I said, "Aye." He goes, "Okay. You go with the buddy, you get hot, you get fucked up, and then you wake up in the morning with your pants around your ankles and a used condom hanging out your ass. Do you tell anyone?" I says, "Do I? Fuck. I'm telling fucking nobody." He went, "Want to go camping?" And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Big Shaun. He's been Ollie.
And I'm Kane Bruce. Follow me at Kane Bruce Comedy on Instagram, please.
And follow Ollie Clarke at Ollie Clarke Comedian.
Ollie Clarke Comedy.
Ollie Clarke Comedy. And follow me at The Big Shaun Experience.
Because if you don't, he'll follow you on.
He will.
No, I won't.
He will, and he'll probably shit his pants.
Oh, again, that's not me.
I have pooed myself on numerous occasions.
Yeah, I've wet myself. I've never.
That's worse. I think weeing yourself.
I wonder what that smell were.
I did it one night.
Yeah.
I did it one night. I was walking home, and it was fucking long walk home from Hunter's Bar, pissing with rain. And I got about halfway.
It don't really
home.
matter then, does it?
Yeah, I weren't going to get any
matter.
wetter. Yeah. And I was busting, and I just thought, oh fuck it, let it go. And do you know what? I let it go, and for about 20 minutes, rest of the way home, I was warm. It was the nicest fucking feeling.
Do you know what this is like? This is like, do you know when you get the more people who like can't hang up a phone?
We finished 20 minutes ago. 20 times.
Yeah. So this ending's in tribute to Paul Ogle, who could never say goodbye and never shut up at end of night. Pogle, rest in peace, love. Love you, mate. And that'll do.